Hey, this is Scott, and yes, I know it has been over 3 weeks since my last upload. Sorry, things have gotten a little hectic the last 3 weeks. But a couple weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, it was Mother's Day weekend. I took my wife on a Saturday afternoon up to Woodinville to the winery areas there. We wanted to try some wineries that we haven't tried before. And you know what? We found some really good ones that I'll be reviewing. But we're going to start out with one of them, which I get a little goosebumps on my arm. And I'm telling you, when I get the goosebumps on my arm, I get excited and I like what I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about Airfield Estates 2019 Yakima Valley Chardonnay. And those that know me know that I'm always on the lookout for a good Chardonnay. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Scott, and you have tuned into the Rookie Pacific Northwest Wine Enthusiast channel, YouTube's primary channel for discussing Pacific Northwest wines. That's why it's named that way. Anyways, before we jump into the review here, if you like this content, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more of this content, please go ahead and consider subscribing. I really do think I can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal. And also, if you think that this video has some merit to it and you want to go ahead and send it to a friend, please go ahead and share it on all forms of social media. So that being said, let's jump right in here and talk about Airfield Estates 2019 Chardonnay. Now, in my long quest, one of the things about Washington State Chardonnays is they tend to be unoaked. They tend to be very little malolactic fermentation. It's almost like Washington State's in particular, they like their stainless steel, aged Chardonnays, more along the lines of the way they do it in Chablis. So it's awesome when I can find a really good Chardonnay. And as you guys know, I've had and I reviewed a couple of Oregon Chardonnays. My favorite so far has been the Brown Family Chardonnay, but I really do think, and my wife and I, when we went to Airfield Estates, it was the first winery that we went to. It's right off of Woodinville-Redmond Road. And we took a look at their list, and their list had, for their tastings, 3 whites and 3 reds, and none of them were the Chardonnay. So after we got done tasting, by the way, they had some really other good wines. I'm probably going to review 1 or 2 more of them. I looked and they had 3 different Chardonnays, so I got to asking about them. One of the Chardonnays sells for $18 a bottle, and it is completely 100% unoaked. They have one that's $15 a bottle. That is, I want to say, I thought it was 50-50, but going on their website, it actually isn't. 55% of it was fermented and aged in stainless steel. 45% was exclusively in French oak, of which 40% was new French oak, and the remaining 60% was 2 to 6 year old French oak. The other one was a $40 bottle of Chardonnay. It was their founder's Chardonnay. I believe that they only sell that to club wine members. I could be wrong about that. Anyways, the one we're talking about is the one that's $15 a bottle. Anyways, I've already gone ahead and opened it. Let's go ahead and nose this thing. Oh, before we know, let's go ahead and do the color. This is a bright to medium straw. Yeah, bright to medium straw. Intensity on this. This is a medium intensity. I have to kind of get my nose right to the rim. But when I do, I'm smelling pear, canned pear. There's a citrus note, almost like a lemon peel, but not lemon or lemon oil. But there's also a florality to it, almost like I've got an orange blossom out here, and I kind of imagine what a lemon tree of blossoming might smell like. That's kind of along the lines that I'm getting. It's got a very floral note to it, sort of like when you, I hate to say it, when you see the pollen in the air and you can smell the pollen, you can smell the blossoms, but it's not as intense as when you have that much in the air. I'm also getting a little bit of a minerality to this, and a little bit of, well, you can smell a little bit of the vanilla. I think that might be some of the oak coming through. So let's go ahead and taste it, shall we? Mm. Mm. The palate. This is a very refreshing, fruit forward, but not heavily. It's not a fruit that's going to, it's not like you're biting into the fruit. The palate, it's creamy. Sorry. I'm trying to focus here. All right, let's talk about the fruit. The canned pear, definitely right there. That lemon zest, lemon peel, it's almost like it's a lemon spritz. I'm getting a little bit on the side. But what's shocking is that minerality that I got on the nose comes across as slightly briny, a little bit of a salinity to this. The cream, it's not California butter bomb style. By the way, this is vanilla cream. This is that cream soda. It's coating my mouth. There's a beautiful oiliness to this. Other flavors, I'm getting a little bit of apricot now on the back end, but that creamy vanilla is just there. Let's go ahead and have one more sip. Mm. Definitely. Oh, let's go ahead and break down body in this. This is a medium body. I almost want to say this is medium plus, but I don't think it's quite there. Obviously, very low tannins. Acidity, I would say it's medium to medium, or medium minus to medium. I want to put it more towards the medium minus. Alcohol sits at 13.4% on this. Sweet, I would say this is more of an off-dry, tending towards a little bit sweeter wine, but it's not overly sweet. Like I said, I think this is more along the lines of off-dry. I'm going to tell you right now, am I going to buy this again? I've already bought 3 bottles. I want to buy a case of this, especially at $15. This thing is, I'm getting a lot of the similar notes in this that I got to my Brown Family Chardonnay wine review, and I'll put a link to that right up here, I think. But I want to say the Brown Family was also almost $38 a bottle, $38, $40 a bottle. This is a bottle of wine that is punching well above its weight. If this bottle were being sold for $25 a bottle, I would still love it. I would still want to buy this. I would still want to buy a case of this. At $15 a bottle, I cannot stress this enough. For those that want to look for a good, clean Chardonnay that has a little bit of that creaminess in it, that's not just your standard stainless steel aged Chardonnay, run over to Airfield Estates. By the way, they're based in Prosser. I drive truck, and every once in a while I drive on a weekend to Hermiston, and I park in the the rest area there, take my mandatory 30-minute break. And Airfield Estates is just like right down the road, which is how I know about them. It's one of those places my wife and I have always wanted to try, and I'm glad we finally did. Have you had Airfield Estates 2019 Yakima Valley Chardonnay? Please let me know down in the comments down below. Do you agree with my review on this? Do you think that if you've had the Airfield Estates, is this something that you want to go ahead and look at getting yourself? Like I said, I'm going to buy a case of this, and I'll be honest with you folks, this is already in the running as one of my best wines of the year already. We're not even halfway through the year. Like I said, I'm always searching for a Chardonnay that doesn't underwhelm and is not a butter bomb, you know. So I think Airfield Estates, you got a damn good job here. And please, please, please don't raise the price on this, because this is such a beautiful Chardonnay. Like I said, if you were to raise it to $25 a bottle, I'd probably still buy a case. So anyways, thank you very much, folks. As always, please comment, like, share. Please subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think I can do it with your help. We want to go ahead and share Pacific Northwest wines, because that is what we enjoy. That is what we need to do. People have California wines, they have French wines, they have European wines, Australian wines. Very few people are reviewing Pacific Northwest wines. I want to go ahead and make sure people know about the quality wines that are up here. So, as always, folks, thank you very much. Please, please, please drink responsibly. Life is too short for a bad wine. This is an outstanding Chardonnay. Cheers. Very, very creamy.